JuJu Smith-Schuster made some interesting headlines a year ago when he mentioned the Browns is the Browns, and then the Browns went out and promptly beat the Steelers in a playoff game. He was asked by Mike Florio, NBC Sports Pro Football Talk PM, about that comment and if he regretted it.
Probably a lot, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. It got to the point where, the Cleveland Browns, had a billboard up in Cleveland that's saying Browns is the Browns. I think by me saying that, it says that, a lot of people care about what I say and my voice and my opinion. At the end of the day, I said what I said. I don't say anything back. They did come out there. They did whoop our ass. And that's completely, that it is what it is. We lost that game, and we lost early in that game within the first, 5-10 minutes, but we still fought. And I'll tell you one thing about our team. We still fought to the end. And, like I said, it wasn't good enough, but, I just know that the AFC North is probably the hardest division right now to win in. Guys like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Ben, and I think every team is getting to the point where like, man, they're really good. So, it is what it is.
So let's bring Doug Lesmerises, columnist for cleveland.com, as well as Plain Dealer, back in. And Doug didn't take it back, but you sure know he's going to think about saying that kind of thing in the future.
So bulletin board material does drive me nuts a lot of the time, because I think a decent amount of the time a guy doesn't mean anything by what he says, and it gets twisted, and then it is actually used as motivation, and like the guy got led into it, and it was like unfair, right? And that, I hate that. I hate when the media does that, and we do that sometimes. But you can't deny, like, if a team says it did motivate us, like, I mean, what are we to say, no, it didn't motivate him? So he wasn't exactly led into that. And the other thing is, too, we begged for guys to be interesting, and if they just give us cliches and say, hey, we're going to leave it all on the field and the best team's going to win, then we say, oh, God, I wish guys were interesting. So he was interesting, and then like, everybody, like, yelled at him, and the Browns said, like, we're going to beat the Steelers. So on one hand, I do empathize with him, and I feel a little bad for him. On the other hand, he clearly meant to say it. And it was factually incorrect, because the whole point of the Browns is that the Browns isn't the Browns. The Browns are a completely new franchise. They have nothing to do with the past 2 decades. So it was like meant as a shot, and it was factually inaccurate. So that's where my empathy leaves JuJu. I appreciate being interesting. I appreciate if your words are twisted. These weren't twisted. And like, he was wrong. They were 11-5. What are you talking about? The Browns is the Browns. This team has been 5-11 every year for 15 years. They are new. So sorry, man.